Let's talk about Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's is a neurodegenerative disease that is a common cause of cortical dementia. Quite often, Alzheimer's and dementia are confused for one another, as the terms are often used in the same context. So let's get this all sorted out. Dementia can be described as a set of symptoms associated with cognitive decline. Such symptoms may include difficulty with reasoning, emotional regulation, social interactions, and most commonly, difficulty with memory. Contrary to popular belief, dementia is not a disease, but rather a syndrome caused by many different diseases. These diseases are diseases like Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's disease causes cortical dementia, which means that it causes the deterioration of the outer cortex of the brain. So, why do people develop Alzheimer's disease? How do people develop Alzheimer's disease? In addition to risk factors such as genetic predispositions, age, and traumatic brain injury, there are 3 common theories of how Alzheimer's develops, and it can even be caused by a combination of these theories. The first is the cholinergic hypothesis. This is the idea that Alzheimer's is caused by a degradation of the cholinergic system of the brain, meaning that there is a decay in the system of the brain that produces the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is commonly associated with functions such as muscle coordination, learning, and memory formation. So naturally, less acetylcholine due to a lack of production will lead to a decrease in these functions. Another way that Alzheimer's may develop involves beta-amyloid proteins. These proteins arise upon the breakdown of amyloid precursor proteins, APP, through the amyloidogenic pathway which occurs in the neuronal membrane. During this process, beta-secretase and gamma-secretase enzymes serves to break down retired APP, cleaving it into little fragments of amyloid beta monomers. However, when these beta amyloid monomers aggregate and clump together to form oligomers, they create plaques that disrupt neuronal signaling as well as trigger an immune response that attacks neurons. A third contributor to the development of Alzheimer's is the formation of the infamous neurofibrillary tangles. These occur when tau proteins that are usually attached to microtubules composing the neurons detach from the microtubules. This compromises the overall structural integrity of the neuron, making the neuron unable to send intracellular signals from one end of the neuron to the other and making nutrients unable to reach the cell. All of these causes of Alzheimer's contribute to the atrophy of the entire brain, and as the disease progresses, more and more of these pathologies start to compile. As a result, neurodegeneration occurs and brains affected by Alzheimer's start to shrink in size, while the ventricles become unusually enlarged. Unfortunately, the disease is irreversible, which means that these structural changes cannot be repaired. However, the good news is that there are many ways to keep your brain in check and help prevent the disease from developing. Getting plenty of exercise has been shown to support brain health and slow the progression of Alzheimer's disease by keeping the body active and feeding the brain with a good supply of oxygen. A healthy diet and an active mind have also been seen to be supporters of healthy brains, so a well-balanced diet with limited refined sugars, saturated fats, and cholesterol, as well as brain-stimulating activities such as puzzles, can promote longevity and healthy aging. Furthermore, getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep is essential for having a healthy brain, as your brain restores itself by cleaving extraneous synapses and solidifying necessary neural networks during sleep. Alzheimer's disease is becoming more and more prevalent, and it is currently the 6th leading cause of death in the United States. Not only does it attack our loved ones, but it is also projected to bankrupt our entire healthcare system, as its number of cases grows from a current 5 million to an approximate 16 million by the year 2050. Alzheimer's is not only the elderly. It is caregivers, it is families, it is patients and their senses of self through memories all impacted by this disease. But we have the power to change that. The Youth Movement Against Alzheimer's has a mission of changing the perception of Alzheimer's disease, advocating for research, supporting patients, and promoting dialogue so that we as a society can take on this disease together. Here at UCSD, our chapter works to raise money to help fund research and help families affected by Alzheimer's. We make an effort to volunteer within the Alzheimer's community, and most of all, we work to spread awareness and make our voices heard. Join us in the fight against Alzheimer's. Together, we can work towards a cure. We can make a difference for patients, for families, and for generations to come so that we can live healthy, prosperous lives Alzheimer's disease free. For more information, visit our website at www.theyouthmovement.org or follow our chapter on Instagram at YMAA at UCSD.